Hello children, welcome back to literature class. Last term we read the book titled Chicky and the River, and we also studied a few poems. You know, I'm so excited about this class. I love literature because literature helps us learn to express ourselves and express our emotions with words the way we choose, okay? And so I'm always excited when we have to read a work of literature, either a poem, prose, or drama. Remember that we said that literature can be classified either as a poem, prose, or drama. And when it's a poem, it is written in lines and stanzas. If it's a work of drama, then it is written in dialogues. And then if it's a prose, it is written in pages and chapters. We are going to be starting this term's work by reading a poem titled The Song of a Shepherd Boy. This poem is written by John Boyle. Remember, the poet is the person who writes a poem. And the poet we are studying his work today is known as John Boyle. Now, John Boyle lived between 1628 and 1688. He wrote The Pilgrim's Progress and wrote the poem The Shepherd Boy's Song in the Valley of Humiliation, which is for short The Shepherd Boy's Song. These were not just the works that he had. He wrote a number of other books and he wrote this poem. Now this poem can be sung, and so I'm going to read out the poem to you and I'm going to try to sing this song, hoping that you'll be able to learn to sing the song as well so that you can remember the words of the song anytime and every time. He that is down need fear no fall. He that is low, no pride. He that is humble ever shall have God to be his guide. I am content with what I have, little be it or much. And Lord, contentment still I crave, because thou gavest such. Fullness to such a burden is, that go on pilgrimage. Here little and hereafter bliss is best from age to age. I'm going to take it again. He that is down need fear no fall, and he that is low no pride. He that is humble ever shall have God to be his guide. I am content with what I have, little be it or much, and Lord, contentment still I crave, because thou gavest such. Fullness to such a burden is, that go on pilgrimage. Here little and hereafter bliss is best from age to age. Now listen while I sing. He that is down need fear no fall. He that is low no pride. He that is humble ever shall have God to be his guide. I am content with what I have, little be it or much, and Lord, contentment still I crave, because thou gavest such. Fullness to such a burden is, that go on pilgrimage. Here little and hereafter bliss is best from age to age. You could pause the video, listen to the song again, and try to learn to sing it. Okay, there are some important things we need to know about the poem. Now, the major theme of this poem is contentment. Contentment is to be satisfied with what you have. A lot of times, we crave for things, we want things, we desire things. And we become unhappy when we don't get those things. And we forget to look at all the things God has blessed us with. All the things He has given us. Don't you see that your life is blessed? Each time you wake up and you have food to eat, you can go to school, and even though you can't come to school physically, you could learn online. We need to be satisfied with what we have. Even though we expect to have more, we need to appreciate the little things that we have. And so the poet is talking about contentment, talking about humility, and is trying to tell us that we should be humble. A humble person is someone who will have God as his guide, who will have the mercy of God at his disposal, who God will continually help. Whether you have little or you have much, your little is always much to someone, so appreciate it. The last verse also tries to tell us that fullness to such a burden is that go on pilgrimage. When we talk about pilgrimage, we are talking about someone on a journey, a Christian on a journey, or a religious person on a journey. While we are on earth, while we are alive, we are on a journey. Every day is a journey. And he's saying that we may have little here. We may not have everything we want on earth, but certainly as we go, eventually, when we get to heaven, we will have plenty of enjoyment and plenty of pleasures at God's right hand. So it's good to have this attitude, knowing that the blessings of God will come to us daily, and even though we don't have everything now, there's going to be a time where we'll have no lack. There are some other things we need to note about this poem. The poem has 3 quatrains. A quatrain is a poem of 4 lines. Okay, so this poem, we just so that you understand what quatrain is. The first part is a quatrain, the second part is a quatrain, and the third part is a quatrain. It has 3 verses. So what I describe as parts is actually called a verse or a stanza. So the poem has 3 verses. And because each verse has 4 lines, the poem has a total of 12 lines. Now this poem can be sung. I attempted singing the song, okay? And the poem is written in Old English. Now the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F. Remember last term we learnt about rhyme scheme. And we say the rhyme scheme is letters that are assigned to each line based on how the line sounds. And so because the first line and the third line sound alike, and the second line and the fourth line sound alike, we have A, B, A, B. Now because the fifth line, which is the first line of the second verse, doesn't sound like either A or B of the first line, of the first verse. It doesn't sound like the first line, second line, third line, or fourth line of the first verse. We have to give it another letter. So the next verse has the rhyme scheme of C, D, C, D. And the last verse has the rhyme scheme of E, F, E, F. This is a beautiful poem. He that is down need fear no fall. He that is low, no pride. And he that is humble ever shall have God to be his guide. I am content with what I have, little be it or much, and Lord, contentment still I crave, because thou gavest, Old English, such. Fullness to such a burden is that go on pilgrimage. Here little and hereafter bliss is best from age to age. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments about the poem, please put it on Edmodo. I'd like to know what you think about this poem.